Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. We left that last episode with our satellite gone past Mun and on the way out to go into an orbit close to Kerbans, and so there we go, on escape trajectory out of Kerban. That one's flashing up. Not sure. But yeah, as you can see, there she is. And as I say, she will escape Kerbin orbit 9 days, 4 hours and 52 minutes. So we're going to keep an eye on her. Because as I say, we're going to be with a close eye on our little friend here. And what we will do is, as you saw last time, we transmitted some data back. And that gave us 58 science. Now, it's unlikely we're going to have really anything to spend it on. We can go for the aviation. It gives us less cockpit and the jets. Airplanes don't really mix. Flight control. So we have winglets and we have small reaction wheels. That's quite nice. And we can't get anything else because the next lot is 90, so technically we could save up. What we'd like to get is this little lot. But yeah, we'll hold off and we'll wait and see. What I will do though is I'm in two minds, really. I am. No, I think what we'll do is we'll save it. So there is I don't know if it was fixed or anything else, but what you could do is you could build like a little plane rover here. And you could take it out and you gather signs on the runway, hangar, astronauts complex, administration building, research and development, vehicle assembly bay, tracking station, and launch pad. Now you could get signs from each one of these. Every single one you could, put a scientist in, do your experiments, reset them, move on to the next lot. But I don't want to do that yet. That's if I'm really desperate for science, and I'm okay. I'm happy how I am at the moment. So what we're gonna do is now we know that we can get this satellite into orbit. Is we're gonna change it up slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep those how it is. All we're going to do really is get rid of that, get rid of those, and we're going to take that off there. Now the only problem we have doing that is that we can't attach this to anything else. So if you watch, I bring this command module in. Now I can attach it here absolutely fine. But if I take that off and detach that, I can't attach this to that command module, which is annoying the pants off me. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to keep the probe core. And we need to try and find home for the batteries. What we'll do is we'll get rid of those ones, and we do have some other batteries here. And what we'll do is we will put in 4, and I want to try and line them up. So they're okay. No, See, that one's over. So I think it's going to have to be 5 to allow us to line up in between. There we go. Solar panels. And what I also want to look at doing is also adding on a... Now this is going to get us into... So we want enough to get us from... And... Now we're gonna... Let fairing. There we go. Could have a bit of sleek here. So we'll delete the fairing and we'll build the fairing. So we're going to take it out to about, yeah, there. And we're going to go straight up and straight up again and straight up. Now what we could do is we could have it like that, but we're not going to. We're going to go up again. And that gives us pretty much decent amount of space. We've had our extra fuel tank on there. And also what we'd like to do to make it a bit more efficient is add another one there. And there we go. Okay. And we're going to call this what should we call it? We'll call it Mum 1 for now. Actually, we're not going to land. We'll call it kerbal. Oh, can't spell today. Kerbal Express. Okay. And before we set off on our journey, we are going to need to add in, because we are going to be bringing this back. I'm going to add in a couple of extra. We could take a couple of passengers with us, but considering it's the first one, we're going to stay as we are for the time being. And we're just going to take one. But the good thing is with that probe core underneath the main command center is that we should, even if we put a scientist in here, because we'll be able to reset our... If we take a scientist and we take Bob Kerbal, what we can do is... Okay. See, I've not used these action groups. Doesn't come up with anything. That's a bit weird. Hey ho. Okay. So we have our things on. What we do need to do is... So we want to bring this back. So just going to remove that for a second. And we're going to get our heat shield. And we'll pop that on here. And then we're just going to pop in another decoupler. Just want to bring it back, but we don't want to bring everything back. And then what we'll do is, it has changed slightly, but it should still fit absolutely fine. Excellent. Okay, so let's check our staging. So we want those after those engines. So the engines fire first, then they release, and they'll let go of that. Then our primary engine will kick in, and that'll release. That's a decoupler fairing. That is the other decoupler inside. Second decoupler and parachute. Excellent. So, okay, Kerbal Express, are we ready for takeoff? Yeah, I'd like to get a title for our little adventures together into Kerbal space. Got a few names kicking around. I'll think of one at the moment, but yes, let's take Bob to Mun. Yep, you ready, Bob? Yep, he's concentrating extremely. Okay, let's go, Bob. A bit of slow takeoff, but that is expected. We are carrying a lot more mass. But with the extra fuel we've added on, we should still be able to get to orbit quite well. If we do have trouble, we can always jig it. We can change up. We can take the small fuel tanks off the bottom there and extend them probably another one large tank, and then we can add on the bigger fuel boosters, which should give us a lot more lift. But we're doing okay for the time being, and so as we watch the Space Center drop away there, and where we go to Kerbal's atmosphere. Again, we can have a look around and see the curvature. Bob, I think I can see your house from here. And we will need to visit those mountain ranges, but I think what we'll do is once we've got enough science to unlock the aviation, is then we'll prep a plane and see if we can land on the mountains and get some science. We should be able to get some science from, well, we should be able to get science from the biomes around Kerbal. But for the time being, we're off. Climbing still quite well. We're doing alright. We're not as quick as we were, but we're still at 20,000 feet, which is, it's pretty alright. I'm going to start turning over slightly now. Just a slight incline. Now they're going to run out, and so we're going to drop those off, and we're going to launch our main one. And it's going. Come on, come on, come on. And it's coming back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Stabilize. Okay, thank God she stabilized there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get up to keep going a bit further. We're going to drop it down around about, get out the atmosphere. Pretty stable. Our apoapse is 78. So we'll bring that up. And we'll watch this. Now what we want to do is we want to continue bringing this over. We want to throttle up. And we want to get it about 90. So we want to keep it about 90. That's excellent. And we just want to give about a minute and so. It's absolutely fine. You say it's as you can see, it's stabilized at a minute 15, so that's absolutely fine. So we want to start flattening this out completely now. And we're just going to push. Keep going now. As you can see, we're in a nice arc. I'm going to just drop it down a bit. It's going to attitude quite well. We just need to, there we go. Our engines gave out there. So we're going to switch back. And what we'll do is deploy our fairing. Rid of that. And we're going to decouple. Okay. And we're going to activate. What we're going to do is we're going to keep on our current course. And just going to check on this. So we're going to bring it up slightly. As you can see, it's coming around quite well. Flattening out. We're keeping about a minute still. That's absolutely fine. And that's circularizing really nicely. So we can see here. So we're halfway. Probably got about another 300 meters per second to do. As you probably can tell, I'm not doing this with any maneuver nodes. What we're waiting for is we're just waiting for that periapse to appear. So we're just waiting to go into orbit. There it is. We're going to keep an eye on that one. So we need to bring it above 60,000. I know our other ones. We really want to take it a bit higher. Okay, so 80. We're going to bring it up to roughly about 90. Now you can see our apoapse is getting a lot bigger. And what we'll do is we'll cut the engine there. Excellent. And let's have a look. Okay. Now we've used a quarter of our fuel. Now I know we should be absolutely fine to get there and back. Because when we're at Mun, we may be able to do a free return trajectory. And that's what we're going to really have a look into now. Okay, so we're in orbit. Let's find where Mun is. So Mun is over to our right. Okay, so now the only problem we have is that we're currently here. And Mun is going to move around once we do an orbit. Now, we could burn when we got back here, but Mun wouldn't be in the same position. So, let's say we want to go about 15 degrees again. And what we'll do is we'll maneuver in 2 minutes 7 seconds. Let's have a look. We get an encounter. Excellent. Now, let's have a look. Let's see if we can batter that. There we go. There's a periapse at 130,000 meters. Now, as you can see, this is getting a lot higher. The periapse. Okay. We'll take that off. And if we kept burning, we're going to just get higher. But we are going to get a free trajectory, but it's going to be very steep. Now, our perhaps there is 70,000. Now, the only problem we have is, I'm hoping we'll have enough fuel. Now, if we do it there, we're going to be 600, so that's going to be very high. But let's see if we can do a bit better. Okay. I want to. I'm not going to have to burn for too long, but we don't. We want to. Yeah, I think that's okay. 62. And we're going to burn in a minute. Okay. Let's make it to the maneuver. And let's see how we get on. So we've got to do 787 meters per second kilometers. Where I got kilometers from? I don't know. Okay. So we're going to start the burn probably around about 35 seconds again. And we're going to go from there. Okay. Let's bring this puppy up to full power. So it's going to take us, well, as you can see, about a minute and 12 seconds. Now we should have enough fuel to do this. And still have enough, hopefully, to get into orbit and hopefully return. Now, I've still got the communications array on board. So what we can do is, once we're on our way out, we can do a bit of science there, and we can do the science at MUN. But worst case scenario is that when we're in MUN's orbit, we're going to run out of fuel. We're not going to have enough to get back, and we're just going to leave us stranded there. And if that's the case, then we're really going to need to build a rescue vessel, and of course get some more fuel on it. Now, by all means, as I said before, I think just tweaking the main boosters with some larger engines would be okay. They are going to use fuel a lot quicker, but you know, we probably need to just add a little bit more fuel on with this main booster now. Now we're coming up to 100 meters per second to go. So when we get down to around about 50, we're going to start slowing down, and we're going to bring it down slower now, because what we want to do is we want to try and get that as close to what we need as possible. So we're going to bring it down a bit more now. So we're 7 meters per second. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh, okay, so let's check our periaps. So it's staying stable about 66, 67. That's not bad. Now the question is, how much fuel have we burnt? Okay, so that's enough to do an insertion. Don't know if it's going to be enough to get us home. But what we're going to do is, if we can get a free return trajectory, we're at about 60,000. That's not bad at all. So if we can get a free return trajectory, yeah, so say not done too bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to tweak the map, and we're going to have a look at our trajectory. Now, I think if we do the trajectory at the maneuver here, and what we'll do is, what if happens if we decelerate? That's going to cause problems. Okay, let's move up a bit, and let's accelerate. Oh, anyone do that? Okay, let's accelerate. And we can get a free return trajectory. That's gonna... So, no, we're not gonna have enough fuel, possibly to get into well, we'll have enough fuel to get in Mun's orbit, but we're not going to have enough to make it home. Which means that good old Bob is going to be stranded there. And what we want to do is keep an eye on this periapse, because what we don't mind is we could skin the atmosphere, and we could do it over a couple of attempts. We could bring it down. See, now that's rising back up again. So the closest we're going to be able to get is... Yeah. I think the best thing to do is we're going to try it. We're going to try and insert. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to warp to about halfway. And head back to our craft. As we can see Mun getting closer. I see Kerbal getting further away. And we're going to check our power reserves and see how we're getting on. So we've got plenty of power. Okay, so we're pretty much quite far away. So we're going to extend this. Now, the problem is we're going to have is when Bob gets out, he's going to have a little bit of an issue with possibly getting back in. So what we can do to make it easier for him is just flip the spacecraft up. And we're going to bring it up and turn it round. So at least we can see what he's doing. And she's standing up nice and straight-ish. There we go. And stabilise like that. Okay. And what we're going to do is let's have a look and see what we get. Don't get a lot of science, unfortunately, there. And it's possibly because we're high. Yeah, high over Kerbal. So we need to really leave this sphere of influence. Now, what we should be able to do is, have I done a crew report from up here? Yes, I have. And more likely if I EVA is, I've probably done an EVA report. I have, yes. That's when I've been messing around. Okay, but usually you would get signs from over here. So what we'll do then is we'll keep this craft like that. And what we'll do is we're gonna time warp again. And I'm time warp to close to being in Mun's orbit. We want to really do it as soon as we cross over the sphere of influence. So then we can possibly get some more signs. Okay, so we've time warped here, and we've still got a little bit more. Okay, so what we'll do is we will get, and we will time warp there. Okay. And as you can see, Mun's getting a lot closer now. Okay. And we should switch over the pretty much soon. There we go. So we're now in the influence. As you can see, our navigation balls change slightly. So that means we're in the sphere, I can't speak. The sphere of influence for Mun. And here you go. So material studies while in space high over Mun, and we get 54.5 science for that. Now we're going to get 2.6 for transmitting it. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep that, and we're also going to do our and we're going to keep that. And again, I'm going to do that, and again we're going to keep that. Now what we can do is it's our first crew report, and let's review that report, because we get exactly the same science on this for transmitting it or not. So what we're going to do is transmit that one. Now as you can see, we're in the sun, so we're not really going to worry about things. And what we're going to do is going to get Bob to do an EV rate report from here, and he can transmit that back. But what we'll do is he won't be able to transmit it there. So we'll review the report, and we'll keep it for the time being. We'll review it after. And what we're going to do is our little friend. So nothing there. Okay. And we're going to zoom in, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to reset these materials. Okay. So what I'm going to do is move them down, and we're going to let go. We're going to use X for our RCS. Now I haven't used my RCS. There we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. So what is that? We're gonna collect data, remove data, and close. And we're not close enough. And we're going to restore it. Excellent. And we're going to do the same with these. So we're going to collect data, close, and we're not close enough again. So I'm going to very touchy. Very quick taps. And we're going to get closer here. You want to just get close enough. It really says I'm going to restore it. We should have lights on him, but I really don't know how we turn these lights on. That's it. And we want to collect data, remove data, and we want to restore it. Excellent. Okay, now we want to really to go around the other side now. And we're going to collect, remove, restore. Excellent. And what we'll do is we're going to get back inside now again. Okay. Not the best at this malarkey. Bit better than I was before. Oh, going a bit too high. Let's move forward. I want to grab on. There we go. Excellent. And we're going to board. Now, this is a problem. It's saying it won't store all of them. So we're going to have to dump. Okay. And we're going to have to review the data we have. Okay, view stored data. Okay, so transmit that one. We're going to keep that one. And we're going to keep that one. So we haven't got room for this, but that 2 point something. Now we can keep it here. Or we could send it back. But we're possibly going to lose it. So we'll transmit it. And we can always reset it. There we go. And how are we doing on power? Oh, we're doing absolutely fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to EVA once more. Little man, let's get going. And we're just going to reset the Science Junior. So we're going to let go. Oh, let go. Put our jetpack on. And we're going to move down. Move down a bit more. Move forward. Very touchy. And hopefully we're not close enough yet, but we're getting there. We should be close enough. There we go, to restore it. Excellent. And what we'll do is we'll move away a bit. And we'll head up. We'll grab on. We can't board yet until we climb up. And we're going to board. Excellent. Okay. So, we're on the way to Mun, quite happily. And let's have a look. So, we're going to be approaching. So now we want to get us a maneuver added there. And we want to... And the apocalypse is there. Now, see our periaps here? 67, and that's 150. We want to try and bring it down to below, say, 20,000. 61. Periaps, and our apocalypse is 83. I'm going to bring it down a bit more, 43. Now mountains around about 9,000, so we'll up that a bit more. And say, no, I don't want to say you as a... that's 36, it's a tad bit high, so we're going to keep an eye on that. And we're going to say no to that. We're going to get that back up, and we're going to carry on. And I want to drop it to probably about 16. That's perfect. Okay, and then we should be low enough to get. So we've got the high, so we'll get the low there, and we should be able to get the biomes as well. That's excellent. So we're going to be there in an hour and 29 minutes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually warp. So I want to warp to, yeah, we'll warp here, and we're going to see Mun, as I say, get X key been dropping away, and there's Mun. Hello, Mun. And here we go. So we're 4 minutes and 41 seconds away from our burn. So let's get in position now. Now we're going to be passing the dark side of Mun. So we're going to be out of power, but the good thing is the engine should provide us with some power. And we'll keep our little... I don't think we're drawing too much power on that, so that's fine. No, we're absolutely fine. Okay, we'll keep our communications though out. Okay, so we're going to speed up time a little bit, and we're going to drop it to, yeah, around about, I don't know, about 30 seconds should do absolutely fine. So we're just going to bring this down. There we go. Okay, so let's this straightened up, and let's start burning. It's not showing enough fuel level, which is not a good thing. I'm going to bring this down slowly. Don't really want to overdo it on this one, and I'm happy with that. Okay, let's check how we've done. And so our apoapse is 73, and periapse is exactly where we wanted it, around about the 16 mark. Excellent. Now let's just see what fuel we've got, and we've still got quite a bit, so we may be able to get home yet. Of course, we're not going to find that out for a little while. But what we'll do is, so we can shut down engine, or we can keep it active. It doesn't really matter. I like the glow there, so we're going to keep it active. And again, what we really want to do before we go anywhere is we want to really lift this spaceship up. I want to turn it this way. There you go. Just drop it here. Perfect. Excellent. And that's perfect. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it here for this episode. We've managed to get into orbit of Mun with Bob Kerman. He's done really well. We've got some nice science already, so we've done absolutely fine. Now, what we're going to do in next episode is we're going to spend our science to see what we've got. We're going to get Bob to, as I say, get his science and transmit it back. I'm going to keep Bob in orbit for we're going to keep it in for a good few days, and then we're going to see if we can bring him back. Now, we don't have a lot of fuel, but we should have enough to get him back. I'm not 100% sure on that one though, but we'll wait and see. If not, then we're going to have to build a rescue craft pretty quick and try and rendezvous with him. Okay, guys, but thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tap that like button, and I'll say we'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.